For months, astronomers sensed something unusual drifting through the solar system, a silent wanderer moving with the calm inevitability of a shadow across deep space. It came from a realm far beyond familiar stars, a region so distant that human units lose meaning. They named it 3I Atlas, an interstellar visitor unlike anything catalogued in modern astronomy. At first, it behaved exactly like a distant, harmless object. Dim, predictable, unremarkable. But just as it neared its closest sweep around the Sun, everything changed. Its brightness flickered in a pattern that no natural body had ever produced. It shifted shape. And then it performed an act that shattered every scientific assumption ever made about comets or interstellar debris. Tonight's investigation reveals what Earth's most powerful instruments, including James Webb, Hubble, KEK, and others, saw as this visitor crossed behind the Sun. And why leading astrophysicists believe this could be the most significant discovery in modern space science. The first impossible sign, the first anomaly, came from Spain's 2ME twin telescope. In 159 high-resolution frames taken just before solar conjunction, observers saw something extraordinary. A thin jet of material shooting toward the Sun. A tail resisting the solar wind rather than being pushed away by it. Hubble confirmed it. Hawaii's KEK observatory confirmed it. Other telescopes echoed the same impossible observation. Imagine smoke blowing straight into a hurricane. That's what scientists were seeing. Natural theories began to collapse immediately. Some researchers suggested unknown compounds that could resist radiation pressure. Others speculated the presence of exotic elements never found in nature. But a small number whispered a more radical possibility. This emission wasn't natural. It was controlled. It gets stranger than the second anomaly hit. 3I Atlas didn't weigh what it should. Its trajectory behaved as though the object was lighter than its dimensions implied. Its rotation, 16 hours, was impossibly slow for a solid body of that size. By all known physics, it should have fractured or collapsed from uneven solar heating. But it remained perfectly intact. Brightness variations hinted that it might even be hollow. Spectroscopy showed abnormally high nickel-iron concentrations, beyond anything known in our system, along with faint cyanide traces rarely found in interstellar material. Natural formation theories began to crumble completely. Astrophysicist Avi Loeb introduced his OEP scale, the object of extraterrestrial probability. The score ranges from 0, completely natural, to 10, confirmed engineered object. To global shock, he placed 3I Atlas at 4 out of 10, a 40% chance of non-natural origin. Debate exploded worldwide. And then the object slipped behind the Sun, and every telescope fell quiet for 6 long weeks. The object returns, transformed when 3I Atlas emerged from solar conjunction. It wasn't the same object that went in. Its brightness had increased fourfold. Its temperature was perfectly stable, as if something inside was regulating heat. The reversed tail had vanished. In its place appeared a thin, ultraviolet beam, pulsing sideways into space. Every 247 seconds, the exact same pulse. Perfectly timed. Perfectly structured. MIT and ESO teams processed the pulses, filtering and decoding them. Inside the UV rhythm were the first 5 prime numbers: 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. A signature long theorized for a non-natural communication attempt. NASA advised caution. Avi Loeb did not. He stated, "This is no longer an astronomical anomaly. This is deliberate signaling." James Webb was immediately reoriented. Its hyperspectral imaging sliced through the outer glow. What it revealed stunned every research team involved. A structure beneath the surface beneath the shell of the object was a repeating lattice, a honeycomb geometry built from identical hexagonal plates, aligned perfectly with its rotation axis. The material was a titanium-nickel alloy of purity far beyond natural formation. 3I Atlas wasn't just odd. It was engineered. Designed to survive radiation. Designed to regulate heat. Designed for interstellar travel. If it was a craft, where was its controller? Before anyone could answer, the pulses stopped abruptly. For 12 silent hours, the object drifted. And then, at 2:17 Coordinated Universal Time, it changed course. Not nudged. Not deflected. Not pulled by gravity. It maneuvered. The maneuver a precise 0.09 degree shift, so small that only the most sensitive tracking arrays on Earth and in orbit could detect it, yet so meaningful that every scientist who saw the data instantly understood what it meant. Then came the second shock, a controlled acceleration of 14 meters per second, sustained and deliberate. Not a burst from solar heating, not a gravitational nudge, but propulsion, clean, steady, and aligned perfectly with the object's axis of motion. Space agencies replayed the telemetry again and again, hoping to find a computational error, a calibration glitch, anything to explain away the impossible. But the numbers held. No natural object in the known universe can do this. Not a comet. Not an asteroid. Not a fragment of interstellar rock. 3I Atlas had chosen a direction, as if following a path it already knew. Its new heading aimed straight toward the outskirts of the solar system, toward the heliopause, the invisible boundary where the sun's influence fades and true interstellar space begins. For the first time, it felt as if the object wasn't just passing through. It was leaving, with purpose. The final signal just before crossing the threshold, 3I Atlas released a final emission. Not a burst of particles. Not a flare of reflected light. But a singular ultraviolet transmission lasting 13 minutes and 37 seconds, steady and unbroken. Inside that beam was structure, dense, layered, and mathematically intricate. Supercomputers across the world processed the data from multiple angles, and even then, they struggled. This wasn't merely a message. Its information density was so extreme that the compression itself appeared intelligent. Researchers at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center soon made a deeper discovery. When their instruments interacted with the signal, the waveform shifted, subtly, precisely, intentionally. It was responding. Like an echo that doesn't just repeat your voice, but answers it. When reconstructed into visual geometry, the beam transformed into a massive 3D fractal, a spiraling cathedral of hexagons nested within hexagons, stretching infinitely inward. A perfect mirror of the internal pattern web had mapped inside the object itself. And at the very core, like a signature placed deliberately in the center of a masterpiece, was the golden ratio, 1.618. Biologists saw the fingerprints of living growth patterns. Physicists identified gravitational harmonics and stable field resonances. Mathematicians recognized recursive intelligence, the kind of pattern only a self-modifying system could construct. Some researchers proposed an even more unsettling idea. This wasn't a message sent to us. It was a mathematical mirror, showing us the structure of the universe itself, as if revealing a truth humanity was not yet prepared to understand. Attempts to contain the data failed instantly. The pulse had embedded itself in solar wind particles, echoing faintly across every magnetometer and particle sensor worldwide. And each time the signal was replayed, the fractal shifted, adapting, refining, evolving. As though it was learning from us. Avi Loeb recalculated his OEP scale. This time, he did not hesitate. 3I Atlas ranked 9 out of 10. 1 degree short of confirmed engineered origin. The cosmic response then, on September 21, something happened that no theoretical model had ever predicted. Every observatory, satellite, and cosmic background detector on Earth recorded a sudden, synchronized spike in the cosmic microwave background, the ancient radiation left over from the birth of the universe. For a brief fraction of a moment, the spike carved the same golden ratio found inside the final ultraviolet pulse. It was as if space-time itself had answered back. And then, complete silence. No follow-up spike. No residual echo. Not even noise. 3I Atlas crossed the heliopause and slipped into the dark between the stars, its trajectory smooth and unwavering, as if returning to a destination far beyond human reach. It left Earth with nothing but fragments, a code no computer has unraveled, a fractal that refuses to stop changing, and questions that challenge the foundation of human understanding. One astronomer summarized the global sentiment in a single line of his report: "We thought we discovered it, it discovered us." And if this makes you rethink the cosmos, good. Because when 3I Atlas sends its next signal, when the darkness stirs again, you will want to be here to witness what comes next.